Welcome back to day number 9 of Vlogmas. I am currently in a Bitcoin trade. I don't know if y'all are keeping up on my community posts, but I let y'all know that I woke up and took a trade at like 1 in the morning. Don't do that. So
why would you do that?
I don't know. I just said don't do that. So
you should have known not to do that.
But the thing is, I could have still been in that trade because it never hit my stop loss. But yet, once I already got in the trade and I knew that it wasn't good, when I start seeing it go down, I'm like, So, yeah, I took I think a $15 loss lesson on that. But in other news, we are out and about because me and my hubby are out.
I'm your dad.
Me and my
your daddy.
me and my husband are out door dashing. This is our first time doing this. We have done Amazon before, but we haven't door dashed before. We'll take y'all along with this. Okay, y'all, we got our first order. How are you feeling? Headed to McDonald's. Made it to McDonald's.
You coming?
You need me to?
No, you take your seatbelt off like you.
I'm just taking it out. Yeah, we don't know what we're doing. Bitcoin been, I don't know if y'all can see, but I entered, I don't know if y'all can see. Okay, my pink line and gray line, so y'all can kind of get a reference. I entered back here, and everything looked like it is going pretty cool. We had a huge spike up. Do y'all see that wick? We had a huge spike up, and then it got pushed down, but I want to see it in this 4 hour. Like, the 4 hour and my TP is up here, but I want y'all to see it in the day. But as y'all can see, I don't know. So we got this lower low, lower high, higher low. This higher low created a higher high. This higher high created this higher low, and so we're just looking for that push up. And this is what it looked like in the daily. Y'all, so my husband's dropping off the first order, y'all. We just getting to the first order, but y'all, didn't I just tell y'all we needed a big push? Look at that. So we might be hitting TP today. Trying to keep y'all updated as possible for the vlog, but we got a good strong candle, y'all. I hope it holds above. I hope it don't do no type of trickery, none of that. We rebuke that. Okay. My TP is at the 94,172 level, and yeah, let's hope we don't get. Hopefully we can get a good close. This is the 4 hour candle, y'all. But yeah, this is a good strong candle, but hopefully we can stay above this level. If we can stay above here, close above here, stay in good, strong, bullish candle, it's up. It's up. Alright, y'all, so we're done with dashing because the only availability that they had was until 10 o'clock. So we got one order in.
2.
Oh, but it was one order, but it had 2 deliveries. Yeah. Trading wise, we looking good. We looking good, y'all. Hold on. Let's look at it. Alert about to go off. Hold on. Focus. Alert just went off. Okay. Just gonna try to keep track of it. I'm gonna delete this one. Delete. Got my alert set. We're gonna be tracking this trade. Literally almost to TP, y'all, and I'm like real nervous. But we got two good, like really good, strong bullish candles. So it's like I'm nervous because one, like we close, we right there at TP, and we've been holding on to this trade for a while. And just to think, I got two positions in this. I would have had four positions in this, but again, I took some trades earlier that day, like early in the morning, 1 in the morning, whatever. And I got nervous when they start going the opposite direction. So I took a $15 lesson, just saying, stay out of the market at 1 in the morning. Um, that was that lesson for me. Let me go down to this 5 minute time frame. In the 4 hour and the 1 hour, everything is looking, dandy. But we're gonna monitor this baby in the 5 minute, see what's happening. This is what we are currently at with the two positions. I don't know if y'all can see it or if it's gonna zoom in or out. But I'm so nervous. It is 10:15. We are almost at TP. I am nervous, y'all. Okay, we doing pretty well, y'all. I am so nervous. Oh my goodness. We are almost at TP. Yeah, look how close we are to TP. Like, stop playing. Alright, y'all. Let's go back to this 5 minute and keep track of it. We don't want that. No, no, no. No, no, no. Yeah, I low key about to close. Because I do not want what happened to me last time to happen to me. I promise y'all. Y'all, last time Price did something like this, it was not cute. And it just. I'm trying to breathe, y'all. I'm trying to breathe, but it's not allowing me to do that. We got sellers sitting here pushing price down. And so I need us to step up and get above this. You see that? You see that? You see that doji candle forming? Do y'all see that doji candle forming? Do y'all see that? I'm about to close. Yeah, I closed. I closed. Call me a punk, call me whatever. I got, I got. I will take my $60. So and y'all probably gonna be like, stay with it. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. We got $60 in that trade. All right, y'all. So, as y'all seen through the video, my screen recording, I got out the trade early. I didn't allow it to go to 172. One, it was not breaking above a level that sellers still had control over from a certain point and down. And when price tried to get above it, it kept coming right. It went right back down. And I'm looking at in the 5 minute. One reason I definitely got out was fear. Two, a little bit of that I didn't see price really like demanding and going over that level, but did I really give it the opportunity to do so? Probably not. And another thing that was playing back in my head was um, the gold trade that I was in. It was literally like this far away from my TP, and then it just said whoosh. So that was in the back of my noggin. And so I wasn't going to jeopardize the amount of profit that I had to see if it was going to get there. But do I feel like it will get there? Yes. Um, I'm looking at it. I'm still screen recording, but in the daily candle is so strong. Like, I feel like it's gonna push above my TP and some. But again, this is like a part of it. Um, Last time I was upset because I didn't get out in time, but this time I might be upset because I got out too early and not allowing the trade to play out, especially when um, the higher time frame is just showing that. So, but today we're not going to take the fact that today was not a good day. Today was a good day because we are up. We are up. My account was down to I think like $66, and now our account is up to 127. We're giving glory to God for that. So this is our ending balance. I don't know if y'all can see. Let's see. Okay. The ending balance is at 127.44. Our account was at like $66 and we just flipped it. Do y'all understand that? Do y'all understand that we just took an account from $66 and made it to 127? All right, hey y'all, and welcome to the trade breakdown. Let's go ahead and get into this. I think I already have my pivots up, but we're gonna just go from here. This isn't listed. It might be listed in the 4 hour. We'll double check, but overall, we know that we have sellers pushing price down here. We did have at this yellow line, we had buyers here. We seen that price came from this high, came down here, and we had a push up. So we have some buyers that were sitting here. Price broke below this, made an indication this daily, pushed all the way down here, creating a new lower low. Okay. Um, from there, this is kind of like the overall before I my actual trade played out. This is kind of where we were at. This is Saturday. Sunday. So this is kind of all I was seeing from here when entering into this trade. So just looking at the big picture, y'all. Let's just say we have this here. It came down. This created a new high. Yeah, so and then it came back down here and we had some new buyers stepping up in this area. And so my overall goal was that since we created a new higher low, that a higher high would be created, right? So we have this lower low. Let me actually, so we won't get too much confused, but this is the overall picture. I'll do another path in the 4 hour. So this is kind of the overall path. As we see, we have a lower low, higher low, or higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We're looking for that swing for that next higher high. Okay. So I'm going to take this off. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right. Um, this is what I was talking about, that lower high, because if price was wanting to continue this full like indication here, right? It came up, created this lower high, and from here you would think, okay, naturally price would go ahead and push down, right? It did not. It consolidated here, and then guess what? It then pushed up, creating a new high, a higher high, higher than this lower high right here, right? So it came from here, and instead of continuing down, it created this new high, or what you would say is like an indication of that. So this is all one path, right? And again, we have this line going over. Price came down. and it didn't continue down. It pushed up, creating this indication, creating a new high. All right. If prices want to continue this trend up this way, after it created this higher low here, it would have pushed up, but it didn't, right? We knew things were changing when this lower high was made, and then it came shooting down, creating a new low, but it is a higher low than this previous low. So price, yes, it pushed down, but it didn't continue, because even this higher high, it is technically still a lower high. So price had the second opportunity to continue, because underneath this red level, and I'll put an arrow here, but underneath this level, we got to know that sellers are in control, right? Sellers are in control from here to at least here. This is where the last set of sellers were able to push price down to here. So when they got under this level again, they were able to push down past this level, which is good, but it did not go all the way down, letting us know that this is a continuation to the downside, right? But to make this even more simpler, what I have been trying to do is combine like ICC is supply and demand. Now, I feel like they're one and the same, and I really feel like it helps me out. So I don't know if it will help you all out. But okay, so price was here, right? Again, we had this lower high. Price came, created a new high. What supply happens, or when Camille is teaching it, her trading journal, you cannot enter this trade until price comes back down into this zone, taps it, and then you can enter. So with this is a very risky trade, because with ICC, we would need to wait to where? We need to wait until at least price gets here. So you entering here and then, moving up. So price came here. This is where my entry came from. So I seen all this happen. I seen a lower low. I seen a new high was created. An overall higher low was created. A new higher high was created. So now in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, there's a trend. I need to see a higher low be created. So this is on the 4 hour, and I am trying to stay within the higher time frames to kind of see the overall trend, and then use like the 5 and 15 minutes to enter into a trade. But this happened here, right? Price came and stopped, creating a higher low. Now, price consolidated here, right? We had consolidation, and remember, these are daily buyers sitting here from these zones. These are daily buyers. Do you see that price was able to come in here, but it really didn't break? It broke a little bit. It did break. It broke. But to me, it didn't close. It wasn't super strong. Like, it wasn't something like nothing. But we're going to go down to the 1 hour, and we're going to see something as well. But these are all still, even with this happening here, it didn't scare me or make me be like, nah, this isn't a good trade, because this lower low here is still higher than this. So these are both considered higher lows because they are higher than the previous higher low. So I'm going to go to the 1 hour, and explain kind of where I got my entry in at. Okay. But supply and demand, there was plenty of entries. So I want to show you one entry. This here, creating this new high, coming back and tapping into this zone. And then your target TP would have been this high, right? To here. So with supply and demand, this could have been an entry, y'all. And keep in mind, higher time frames are way more like higher time frames are way more reliable than those smaller time frames. So this right here could have been a trade. That's just supply and demand. But it's still ICC. Okay, let's go to the 1 hour because I don't want to get too off guard. Because that's not a trade I took, but that's just a trade that was there. So remember I said these here, these two here were still, even though it came outside of this zone, I'm still saying this zone, I just added it in here because it wasn't so significant to where it was coming down messing with this higher low. So I was looking at price going, oh, that's from that other one. I'm gonna delete this. But I seen price going from here, and like I said, this was the lowest, and even though price did go below this, it didn't close below it. It wicked below it, and buyers still were able to push it back up, okay? So much so, buyers were so much so in control that they were able to push it up from here all the way up here past the previous lower high. So if I was looking at this, this is a higher high, higher low, higher high. This is a new low. We'll just say this is a lower high. This is a lower low. This is a lower high. This is a higher low. This is a lower high. This is a lower low. This is a new high. Right? Again, supply and demand. This is also ICC. So this here, just this here, because let's just say we are going from this 902.20, 902.86 to here. Okay? I'm not counting this. Just me, I'm not counting it. One, because we already are in a higher low position. Anything up here is still going to be considered a higher low for me. Another reason this didn't affect me, or I wouldn't count this as a indication, is because it's a wick. This wick is not as strong for me. It's not strong at all. It's letting me know that sellers were able to push it down here, but they weren't able to hold it, and it closed above a level where buyers are actually in control, right? Because anywhere from 88,156 and above is in control by the buyers. And then guess what? This whole zone area is a daily buyers level. So this whole area is in control by buyers to me, right? But buyers push price all the way up from here, creating an indication. Price went above and closed above the level 902.86. It went above it, it closed above it, created a new high. It then came back down here. So all of this is that indication. It corrected itself. It corrected itself, which is the next step in ICC. But guess what? It also tapped into this daily zone. It tapped into it. So you could have also, and something I'm still looking into getting into doing, is boom. This is an entry here. And again, we were targeting. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm like, why is this up here? That's the new high. And we would have been targeting right here. So that could have been an entry as soon as price broke above, because that's all supply and demand is doing as well. It needs to break a previous high or break a previous low. This was a previous lower high. Price broke above it. Great. That's the first indication. The next thing, I need to wait on a pullback. I need to see price correct itself. So price needs to correct itself and pull back into a zone and tap it. You can even see an hour zone. And this right here is the last. This is an hour zone. So again, price tapped into it. Let me zoom in. Price tapped into it. Once price taps into it, it's fair game for you to place an entry and having your stop loss below that. And so that could have been an entry. I didn't get into that one, but where I did get into an entry was here. So I created this zone, which when price pulled back here and pushed up from here, creating a new high. So I made this my zone. This is where my supply and demand and correction comes in at. So this is it here. Boom. This was the high that it needed to beat, or what I needed to see happen. So price came here, created a new high. That was the indication. Correction, tapped into this zone here, created a new high. It tapped into this zone again, and then I entered, I think it was either one of these two candles. Price, I think it was this one because it came up, and I just entered into that. All right, so that was my entry. Was price coming here, and then for price to continue up, okay? And then my stop loss was below this demand zone here. So I put it, as you see, this was my entry, was here. Now, as y'all seen in the vlog, I closed early on this trade, y'all. And I'm a little upset why I closed out on it, because in the daily, it was showing that it was no need for me to pull out. However, with the last trade that I had with gold, y'all, it freaked me out. So I was just trying to get in at the body of the candle. But the good thing about it is price did go to where price needed to go. TP, if I would have held out, TP would have been reached. I didn't get it. That is fine. But this is what I was looking for. That and out. So I could have waited. Lesson learned. And I'm learning to read candles now. That is an alert. It is at a top of a uptrend. It is giving me doji. It's giving me prices a little uncertain on what it is wanting to do. Let me back out. So it's just something I need to learn. And I am still learning. But that was the trade. So again, I want to show y'all that real quickly on how I entered this. So I showed y'all one entry, but my entry came from this here. So this is a high, or let me mark it. All right, so this was lower high. I'm gonna go this one, lower low. But I'm not even gonna mark that as a lower low. This is a higher low. for me because it's higher. This is higher than the previous low down that way, okay? So this is a higher low. This was a higher high. So again, once price tapped here, because this was creating a higher low, you could have entered here. But then when price confirmed it again for me, it's okay, no rush. I didn't get it there. That's fine. It created a new higher high. So guess what happened? Price came back down, stopped here, created a higher low. And then when price pushed back up, that's where I entered. I think it was this one, this very first candle. That's where I entered at here. And then I put my stop loss below this zone. And this right here was a hour demand zone or hour buyers, whichever one you want to say. And I create my zones in different ways. Like this one I just went full candle. Sometimes I do that like this. But on my daily candles, I didn't use this whole candle here. I mean, I could have, and it would have been the same thing. But I just went wick. So it just depends on how I do my zone. So I can't show you all the way on that. But let me go a little bit further. Let's go to the 15-minute on my entry. Yeah, I think it was this candle here, y'all. But yeah, so this was a higher low. Boom. Price did have a little bit of pullback. Ooh, I was a little nervous. But guess what? I wasn't too nervous because if price wanted to continue to go down, it would have pushed down from here. And it didn't. It pushed up here, creating a new high because if we were to go in the 5-minute, we would see it. Trying to see. Now that we see that, I'm gonna take that off. But as y'all see, look at this. If price wanted to continue this downtrend, you see this double low. Trying to get it here. So this is lower highs. That's what I was saying. So price, if it wanted to, would have came from here. It had opportunity to go down all the way. Did not. Got stopped. Had a double M. This is another pattern. Price definitely should have pushed down from there. Nope, didn't. Guess what happened? And then anything above here, I know it's good to go. It's already been tested. It's already been proven. We good. Boom. And I put my stop loss below there. So all this drawback, we're making higher highs, and then it just took off. It just was loading up, and it said boom. But as always, I hope all this being said in 22 minutes, I hope all this made sense. I am going to try to have a video where we just break down like trends and just going over a few and finding them. Also, I'm thinking about doing like live on Saturday, not to like trade or anything, but just going over the charts and looking at patterns and stuff like that. So if you made it this far in the video and that sounds interesting, definitely let me know. Leave a comment down below. But until then, y'all, thank y'all so very much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.